I'm reading a headline. It pays to be a friend of Donald Trump. Now, that's based on the fact that the mayor of New York, who was the enemy going against him, decided to go with him. Now, it can be partly because he was being indicted by the federal government. And if you get on the good side of the guy in charge of the government, those charges may just drop. Well, guess what? The charges just dropped. It pays to be a friend to Donald Trump. You know, the world gets what so many believers do not get. The Bible calls Abraham a friend of God. It pays to be a friend. Whoever blesses a prophet gets a prophet's reward. Whoever blesses Israel gets a blessing. Whoever curses them gets a curse. But it pays to be a friend. The right friend can get you the right access, can get you the right position, can get you the right promotion. The right friend can do a lot for you. And Yeshua, our Messiah, Jesus, as they say in English, if you ever need a friend that sticks closer than any brother, Jesus, Yeshua, HaMashiach, is that friend. A lot of you are lonely. A lot of you don't have friends. A lot of you have a friend and you don't treat them well. No wonder you don't have friends. You've got a friend, you better hold on to him. You got a good wife, you better treat her right. It's hard to find a good woman. Oh boy, is it hard to find a good. It's hard enough finding a good man. Most of them are ruined. And the women are even more rare. Wow. You've got something good, hold on to it. You got a good job, hold on to it. Got a good place to live, hold on to it. Hold on to it, value. But there is nothing greater than having a good God, and why so many of you don't hold on to him. It pays to be a friend of God. He'll fight those battles for you. And if God is for you, it's more than the whole world against you. It pays to be a friend to God. It pays to be a friend to God's people. Read the scripture. Look at who does Israel wrong. What happens to them? It pays to be a friend of God. It pays to be a friend to those whom God sends you. Treat them right. They can get you in. They can lift you up. They can open up doors. They can comfort you. But many of you have not been a friend to God. You've treated him poorly. And then you treat his servants and his people poorly. Then you treat his messengers poorly. But don't forget, Trump's the head of the government. And Trump is making decisions based on the people that work for him, recommend to him. Be careful how you treat that person that's close to Trump, because they are whispering in Trump's ear. Esther found out what that relationship was like. Haman really did find out about it. Be careful, because that woman is really close to that king, and she might whisper in his ear. Be careful who you treat that works for the one that's over you, the people and the land that he loves. Remember, hey, I'm kicking them out because they corrupted my land. They messed up my house. They messed up my car. They messed up my place. I got to kick them out. Papa is concerned about his stuff and his possessions. Inanimate and animate. How we treat the earth, how we treat the animals, and definitely how we treat each other. How you treat a messenger, a man of God or a woman of the Lord, that how you mistreat them and malign them. Even how you treat an angel. Sodom and Gomorrah found out about mistreating of an angel. They were trying to rape the angels. They had to blind them. They blinded those men. Wickedness. Well, if a man, and you read in Malachi with me this week, all of you, if a priest can mistreat God, wow. But the Mayor Adams of New York has turned around. Now he's working with the Trump administration, and they decided, we're going to bless you. It's something that when you start to turn around and do right, the indictments drop, the judgment against you drops, and the blessings come in because you're doing right. You're doing right by that man, by that messenger, by that people group. Hamas needs to find that out. The Arab nations need to find that out and stop this mess about driving Israel into the sea. And just footnote, none of those nations around them have the peace or the prosperity that Israel has. All of that hate and all of that Allah Akbar has gotten them nowhere, but worse and less. They don't even have peace within. Oh, they've got oil, but they're still living like rats. No peace in their own mind, just venom and hatred. Everything that Israel does, they take it the wrong way. They discern it. They twist the words. You can't work with people like that. Benjamin Netanyahu was finding that out. Trump found that out when it came to the liberals. He tried to get along in his first term. You can't get along with crazy. People that are crazy, forget it. They're done. You just got to do what you're supposed to do. Listen to Alex Jones on InfoWars. He says it every day. Elon Musk, he's not sweating them. I wrote that song, I Ain't Sweating It. Don't sweat evil people. They might be in your family. They might be in your job. They might be in your city, wherever they are. There's no reasoning with a man that's lost his mind. The Arabs will forever, they are going to be judged. Well, there is no reconciliation between the Jews and the Arabs. Read the scripture. The Lord's going to reconcile that. There was an old song in the 70s. There will never be any peace until the Lord comes back and sits at the judgment table. And that's how Malachi ends, chapter 3. Those who are believers, rest assured, it pays to be a friend of God. It pays to be a friend of his people. It pays to be a friend of his land. It pays to care for Israel and Jerusalem. It pays to listen and be a friend to the messengers he sends you. It pays to love his word. It pays to love the Lord. And all of those things that have worn you down and have attacked you, don't you worry about that. The Lord's going to take care of that. Israel, fret not yourself because of Hamas and Hezbollah and all the others in between. The Lord will fight that battle. But you got to trust in him and not doubt him. So whatever they say about being a friend to Trump and how it pays, and it does, better to be a friend of God, like Abraham.